Parade Sergeant Major, Warrant Officer Class 2 Brent Cooper, will now post the markers and march on the squadrons.
Roger. March.
The Parade Sergeant Major will now hand over to the Parade Adjutant, Officer Cadet Maxwell Harding. The Parade Adjutant will post the parade appointments and hand over to the Parade Commander. parade adjutant will now hand over to the parade commander, Midshipman Kate Millwood, Royal Australian Navy. The Governor-General's banner is now to be marched onto the parade ground. Would all guests please be upstanding? Gentlemen are requested to remove headdress, and military members are to salute only when the banner is in position and the band plays the musical salute, Point of War. There is no requirement for uniformed personnel to salute as the banner passes their immediate front. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commandant of the Australian Defence Force Academy, Air Commodore Alan Clements, and the Rector of the University of New South Wales, Canberra, Professor Michael Frater, will be formally received by the parade. The Commandant is the parade host officer, and this is his last parade at the Academy. The Vice Chief of the Defence Force, Vice Admiral Ray Griggs, will now be formally received by the parade. The Chief of the Defence Force, Air Chief Marshal Mark Binskin, will now be formally received by the parade. The Minister for Defence Personnel, the Honourable Dan Tehan, Member of Parliament, will now be formally received by the parade. In a few moments' time, the parade will receive the reviewing officer, the Governor-General of the Commonwealth of Australia, His Excellency General the Honourable Sir Peter Cosgrove, who will be accorded a royal salute by the parade. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the arrival of the reviewing officer and the royal salute. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the reviewing officer, the Governor-General of the Commonwealth of Australia, His Excellency General the Honourable Sir Peter Cosgrove. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. The parade commander has invited the reviewing officer to inspect the parade. The Commandant of the Australian Defence Force Academy is accompanying the reviewing officer. Following his inspection of the parade, the reviewing officer will inspect the Academy band, pipes and drums before returning to the dais. gentlemen, the parade will now march past in slow and quick time, with the CDS squadron leading. You are asked to stand when the banner passes your immediate front. Those in uniform should salute, and then all be seated when the banner has passed during the march past. The march past will culminate with an advance and review order. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Royal Salute.
Hooray! Royal Salute present! Out!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. The graduates will now take post and march through the academy in quick time.
Graduating class will turn to the left and right. Left and right. 10. Graduating class. Quick. Graduating class, open or down. March. Graduating class, in words.
The 2016 banner party will now hand over the Governor-General's banner to the 2017 banner party. The Governor-General will now present the Commander-in-Chief's Medal. The Commander-in-Chief's Medal is awarded for the most exceptional performance by a third-year midshipman or officer cadet in the fields of academic and military achievement, leadership, personal example, and performance of duty during their time at the Australian Defence Force Academy. In honour of this 30th year, the recipient of the Commander-in-Chief's Medal will also be presented with a sword, known simply hereafter as the ADFA sword. This sword will be theirs to carry throughout their career as a tangible recognition of their exceptional performance throughout their 3 years at the Academy. The Commander-in-Chief's Medal and the ADFA sword are awarded to Midshipman Kate Millwood, Royal Australian Navy. Midshipman Millwood is a maritime warfare officer. She grew up in Albury and joined the Royal Australian Navy in 2013. After a year of naval training, she joined ADFA in 2014 to commence studying for a Bachelor of Arts degree. Midshipman Millwood has held numerous leadership positions whilst at ADFA, including her selection as the 2016 Academy Cadet Captain, the highest obtainable position for a trainee officer. Midshipman Millwood will undertake a year of honours study in 2017 before resuming her warfare officer training at HMAS Watson in January 2018. The Minister for Defence Personnel, the Honourable Dan Tehan, Member of Parliament, will now present the inaugural Minister for Defence Award for Citizenship on behalf of the Minister for Defence. The Minister for Defence, Senator the Honourable Maurice Payne, is most disappointed not to be able to be present to present her award in person today. It is awarded to the midshipman or officer cadet who, through initiative and personal responsibility, demonstrated conspicuous citizenship towards either Academy peers or the Australian public. The Minister for Defence Award for Citizenship is awarded to Officer Cadet Michael Snart. Officer Cadet Snart is a General Service Officer. He grew up in Wollongbar, New South Wales, before joining the Australian Regular Army in 2014 to commence a Bachelor of Business degree at ADFA. Officer Cadet Snart has maintained an active role in the ADFA community through his involvement in many clubs and the voluntary extracurricular clubs, including AFL, adventure training, CrossFit and shooting. In 2016, he was President of the Precision Drill Team. Officer Cadet Snart will continue his training next year at the Royal Military College, Duntroon.
Three, two, one.
The Chief of the Defence Force, Air Chief Marshal Mark Binskin, will now present the Chief of the Defence Force Sword of Honour for Leadership. It is awarded to the third-year midshipman or officer cadet for outstanding leadership and consistently excellent performance by a third-year midshipman or officer cadet in the fields of officer development, personal example and application of duty during their time at the Australian Defence Force Academy. This year, the Chief of the Defence Force Sword of Honour for Leadership is awarded to Officer Cadet John Hensman. Officer Cadet Hensman is training to be an intelligence officer. He grew up in New South Wales before joining the RAAF in 2014 to commence a Bachelor Business degree at ADFA. He has held numerous leadership positions in his time at ADFA, and in 2016 was selected as the President of the Mess Committee. Officer Cadet Hensman will continue his training next year when he posts to Adelaide.
Three, two, one.
The Vice Chief of the Defence Force, Vice Admiral Ray Griggs, will now present the Returned and Services League of Australia Sword for Service. The Returned and Services League of Australia Sword for Service is awarded to the third-year midshipman or officer cadet who has made the greatest contribution to ADFA by their service, adherence to ADFA values, and living the attributes by personal example. The Returned and Services League of Australia Sword for Service is awarded to Officer Cadet Maxwell Harding. Officer Cadet Harding is training to be an Air Combat Officer. He grew up in Queensland before joining the RAAF in 2014 to commence a Bachelor of Business degree here at ADFA. He has been an active member of various clubs during his time at ADFA, and in 2016 demonstrated excellent leadership, fulfilling the role of the Academy Cadet Headquarters J5. Officer Cadet Harding will continue his training next year at the School of Air Warfare. The Chief of Service prizes are awarded to a graduate from each service for the most outstanding performance by a third-year trainee officer in the fields of military and academic achievement, leadership, personal example and service ethos during their time at the Australian Defence Force Academy. In addition to meeting the selection criteria, the prize winners are required to be the models of the Academy values of courage, respect, integrity, service and professionalism. Rear Admiral Michael Noonan, Royal Australian Navy, Deputy Chief of Navy, will present the Chief of Navy Prize on behalf of Vice Admiral Tim Barrett, Royal Australian Navy, the Chief of Navy. It is awarded to Midshipman Peter Hunter, Royal Australian Navy. Midshipman Hunter is a maritime warfare officer. He grew up in Roseville, New South Wales and joined the Royal Australian Navy in 2013. After a year of naval training, he joined ADFA in 2014 to commence studying for a Bachelor of Arts degree under the Chief of the Defence Force Sponsorship Program. Midshipman Hunter held several leadership positions while at ADFA, including Delta Squadron Second in Command. Midshipman Hunter will continue his warfare officer training from January next year, when he will be posted to HMAS Watson. Deputy Chief of Army, Major General Richard Burr, will now present the Chief of Army Prize on behalf of Lieutenant General Angus Campbell, the Chief of Army. It is awarded to Officer Cadet James Wilson. Officer Cadet Wilson is a General Service Officer. He grew up in Sydney before joining the Australian Regular Army in 2014 to commence studying for a Bachelor of Arts degree under the Chief of the Defence Force program at ADFA. Officer Cadet Wilson is a keen rugby league player and in 2016 has demonstrated excellent leadership as President of the ADFA Rugby League Club. Officer Cadet Wilson will continue his training next year at the Royal Military College, Duntroon. The Chief of Air Force, Air Marshal Leo Davies, will now present the Chief of Air Force Prize. It is awarded to Officer Cadet Jake Kleinschmidt. Officer Cadet Kleinschmidt is training to be a pilot. He grew up in Buderim, Queensland, before joining the RAAF in 2014 to commence a Bachelor of Science Aviation degree at ADFA. He has been an active member of various clubs during his time at ADFA, and in 2016 demonstrated excellent leadership, fulfilling the role of the Academy Cadet Headquarters J71, Voluntary Extracurricular Clubs Coordinator. Officer Cadet Kleinschmidt will continue his training next year when he posts to the Flying Training School. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Reviewing Officer, the Governor-General, His Excellency General the Honourable Sir Peter Cosgrove, will now address the parade.
The Honourable Dan Tehan, representing the Minister for Defence, Air Chief Marshal Mark Binskin and Mrs Gitta Binskin, Vice Admiral Ray Griggs, Rear Admiral Michael Noonan, representing the Chief of Navy, Major General Rick Burr, representing the Chief of Army, Air Marshal Leo Davies, Chief of Air Force, Vice Admiral David Johnston, Chief of Joint Operations, Major General Simone Wilkie, Commander of the Australian Defence College, Air Commodore Alan Clements, Commandant of the Australian Defence Force Academy, and within 24 hours to be promoted to Air Vice Marshal. Congratulations. Members of the Diplomatic Corps and foreign military representatives, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. And of course the rest of my remarks after those introductory remarks are addressed to the men and women on parade. To the Commandant, the Commanding Officer, the Academy Sergeant Major and the WOD, Warrant Officer Discipline and Ceremonial in particular, this has been a magnificent parade. All the staff and the officer cadets and midshipmen on parade today, my very warm congratulations on a job well done in this very large, complex but highly successful ceremonial parade. I've been to many such parades and this is the best one yet. Well done. I want to in particular commend the Academy Band, which has once again helped lift the performance of everybody on parade to the excellent standard that's been achieved. Even though in the course of your long careers, for all of you on parade, drill and ceremonial will be but a tiny part, it is axiomatic that your military peers and your admiring public will very often draw positive conclusions about the state of the military's discipline and morale by a good performance such as this. And in closing, just on the matter of the parade, let me observe that Warrant Officer Class 2 Graham Reynolds, the bandmaster, who for the last 3 years has produced these wonderful performances by the band, is finishing up before taking a commission. Congratulations and Godspeed to you. Let me now turn specifically to the graduands. In amongst the exuberance and incipient nostalgia of this moment, and those others that follow this evening, I imagine that in a sense you may be daunted by the thought that you're about to enter the ranks of the permanent forces, of the Royal Australian Navy, the Royal Australian Air Force or the armed forces of those friendly nations who entrust their sons and daughters to us. For those just mentioned, you'll be commissioned officers with the burdens and privileges that entails for every moment of your career. For the Army graduands, you are about to move the short distance to Duntroon, a place I had the honour to attend and the privilege to command. I might add, given the reputation of RMC, it is matched by its reality, and it is in its way equally daunting. Your commissioning is a year away, but is rushing at you with great speed. All of you graduands will join the almost 6,500 ADFA graduates from 2-star rank down to the newest officers which you become this evening. You and your predecessors now form the backbone of the leadership of the modern Australian Defence Force. Of course, the men and women you command, those wonderful ordinary people, are its muscles and sinews. And the magnificent corps of non-commissioned and warrant officers may be termed its soul, but you must lead and be accountable to your people and to the wider community for the ADF's efficient, effective and moral performance. You will receive constant training and support in each and every rank, but in each and every rank you will be accountable. You will be expected to endure domestic hardship and separations as a matter of course. You'll be tested to your limits in the arduous, hazardous and sometimes dangerous conditions of training and operational service. You will make life and death decisions. You will carry them through and you will live with the outcomes. You enter the academy and your chosen service generally straight from high school, with your eyes as wide open as much as any other young person may have done. Our peaceful world here in Australia was tilted over on the 11th of September 2001. Some may say we received an earlier reminder of the volatility of our neighbourhood in 1999. Without doubt, though, this new millennium has brought uncertainty, challenge and suffering in abundance to a world struggling to cope. The Australian Defence Force has played a very prominent role in Australia's response to so many of our contemporary challenges. The nation is proud of our men and women, of what they do and how they do it. They stand in harm's way frequently, stoically, effectively, honourably. In my view, as the present Commander-in-Chief and as a retired General, the ADF is better today in each of its services and collectively than at any time during my life. So here is your challenge. Lead these men and women in the manner that their performance and their potential demands. Their well-being is entrusted to you, so be worthy of them. Let your self-esteem, let your worth as a cohort, let your obligation to your service, to your nation, guide your steps. Good luck and Godspeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the departure of the reviewing officer and the Royal Salute.
Hooray! Royal salute, present! Hooray! Attention!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated.
Hooray! Stand up! Eight!
The parade will now farewell the Minister for Defence Personnel, the Honourable Dan Tehan, Member of Parliament.
Hooray! Attention! Hooray! General salute, present!
The parade will now farewell the Chief of the Defence Force, Air Chief Marshal Mark Bidsky.
Well done, congratulations, good luck.
The parade will now farewell the Vice Chief of the Defence Force, Vice Admiral Ray Griggs. The parade will now farewell the Commandant of the Australian Defence Force Academy, Air Commodore Alan Clements, and the Rector of the University of New South Wales, Canberra, Professor Michael Frater.
Parade! General salute, present!
Congratulations. See you at lunch.
The Governor-General's banner will now be marched from the parade ground. Please stand as the banner is marched off. Gentlemen are requested to remove headdress and members in uniform are to salute during the playing of Point of War. There is no requirement for uniformed personnel to salute as the banner passes their immediate front. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated.
Grade appointments. 10. Swords. Graduating class. Close to exam. March.
by the handyman pipes and drums.
Chapter!